Well, it's been 10 days since those horrific attacks on the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, and yesterday I had an exclusive sit-down or an interview with its new editor-in-chief, Gerard Biard. Mr. Biard, first of all, my condolences, and I was wondering if you could share with our audience, just if you could put into words the difficulty you had and the staff had in putting an issue out.
Alors c'est très compliqué parce que
Well, it's very complicated because we have all been enormously affected, each in our own way, each differently. Some of us were present during the attack, others arrived after the shooting, and others, like me, were not even in Paris. Personally, I was not in France, I was in London. Those who were present during the attack each experienced it differently. There are those who were injured and who are still hospitalized. Some of the injured are still in serious condition. And then there are those who were present during the attack but who escaped injury. They are trying individually to understand why they escaped unharmed. They are also trying to process how they helped the wounded. It is very difficult to process because one obviously feels an enormous relief to have escaped, mixed with a sense of guilt.
I want to get into some of the criticism that the publication has received, including from Pope Francis, and I want to get your response to the Pope answering a reporter's question about the extent of freedom of expression. The Pope illustrated his point by describing what would happen if his personal Vatican aide, Alberto Gaspari, said something bad against his mother. And the Pope said this: "To kill in the name of God is an aberration. We have the obligation to say openly, to have this liberty, but without giving offense, because it is true, one cannot react violently. But if Dr. Gaspari, a good friend, says a bad word against my mother, then a punch awaits him. But it's normal. It's normal. One cannot provoke, one cannot insult other people's faith, one cannot make fun of faith." What do you say to the Pope?
ce dessin, à chaque fois que nous dessinons Mahomet,
Every time that we draw a cartoon of Mohammed, every time that we draw a cartoon of a prophet, every time that we draw a cartoon of God, we defend the freedom of religion. We declare that God must not be a political or public figure. He must be a private figure. We defend the freedom of religion. Yes, it's also the freedom of speech, but it is the freedom of religion. Religion should not be a political argument. If faith, if religious arguments step into the political arena, it becomes a totalitarian argument. Secularism protects us against this. Secularism guarantees democracy and assures peace. Secularism allows all believers and all non-believers to live in peace, and that is what we defend.
Your line is you will attack any religion that is being used, in your view, for political reasons, but you don't attack people of a religious ethnic group.
ce n'est pas notre problème.
We have a problem when faith and religion become political. Then we become worried and we attack. Then we respond because we are convinced that religion has no place in the political arena. Because once religion injects itself into the political debate becomes totalitarian.
I'm just curious of your reaction. Many news organizations, including our own, have not shown your cover completely, either blurred out, and it's a decision we made editorially. No government told us to do anything, but it was a decision we made, and every news organization is making their own decisions. What is your reaction to our decision and others who have chosen not to show your cover?
Écoutez, on ne peut pas reprocher.
Listen, we cannot blame newspapers that already suffer much difficulty in getting published and distributed in totalitarian regimes for not publishing a cartoon which could cost them, at best, jail, and at worst, death. On the other hand, I am quite critical of newspapers which are published in democratic countries. This cartoon is not just a little figure, a little Mohammed drawn by Luz. It's a symbol. It's the symbol of freedom of speech, of freedom of religion, of democracy, and secularism. It is this symbol that these newspapers refuse to publish. This is what they must understand. When they refuse to publish this cartoon, when they blur it out, when they decline to publish it, they blur out democracy, secularism, freedom of religion, and they insult the citizenship.
Do you feel like you're part of this war right now, this war that's taking place in the Western world between some radical Islamists? Do you feel like you've been drawn into this war?
Nous ne tuons personne.
We do not kill anyone. We must stop conflating the murderers and the victims. We must stop declaring that those who write and draw are provocateurs, that they are throwing gas on the fire. We must not place thinkers and artists in the same category as murderers. We are not warriors. We only defend one thing: freedom, our freedom, secularism, freedom of conscience, and democracy.
Mr. Biard, I appreciate you coming on Meet the Press. I know this is not an easy time, and I know that you're still mourning many of your friends. So my condolences, and we'll be watching. Thank you, sir.